All right, let me know if you can see and hear me by either putting something in the chat or liking the video, something. So I know that you hear me. It looks like I'm live. I got my angle set up correctly this time. Perfect. Okay, so I also have it here. So if you can hear me, let me just do this. Oh, I can join the chat from here. All right. Okay, well, hopefully you all can hear me and you can see me. Let's see. All right, looks good. Well, welcome everyone. So glad to see you here. And I'm also can see myself on my computer. So today for this practice, if you'd like, put on a couple of candles. I have a couple of candles here. I don't know if you can see them, but it is a candlelight flow. So put a couple of candles on, just make sure it's safe. Grab up some kind of a blanket, and you can use a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a pillow today, and we should be good. We're gonna place that pillow there. We're gonna have our blanket right next to us, and that's that. That's all you need. Well, thank you for joining me. My name is Donna, and we're gonna do a very mellow flow today. I have my humidifier on, so if you see the steam there, my humidifier's on. I have my salt lamp on, so we're gonna chill this. It's a Tuesday when I'm doing this. We're gonna chill this Tuesday night and enjoy ourselves. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Maybe start with your eyes closed. However you like to begin your practice in the comfort of your home. And you can just cross your knees and take a few long breaths in and out to allow the body to settle into the practice. As you start to deepen your breath, breathing in through your nose and out your mouth, I invite you to take a moment to set an intention for your 55 minutes to an hour on your mat. Maybe it's a prayer, maybe you're dedicating, or maybe you're just creating this intention to just completely let it all go. Whatever it is, go ahead and take that time to breathe in and out and set your intention. And then take a long breath in and a big sigh out to let it go. All right, and thank you. I see a thumbs up, so it looks like we're good. Let's go ahead and option to place your blanket folded. We're going to bring it underneath our hips. And then to have a small pillow underneath your head. To start, we will start on our back today in our candlelight flow, and you can lift your hips up and draw your hips up on your blanket. So there's just a slight lift of your hips. Oh. So if this is the start of the day or the end of the day, I just want you to feel your spine, your shoulder blades connecting to your mat. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And just place your hands on your hips and breathe in and out just a couple of times. And then just take your right knee and pull your right knee into your chest. Maybe hold it with both hands and clasp your hands over your knee. And our spine is slightly lifted so we can feel just a nice little tug of the right knee. Just gathering the breath. And then if it's in your comfort zone, extend your left leg. And if that's too much, you can bend your left knee, but pull this right knee in nice and gently. And deepen the breath. Good. Let's just bring that left knee back up and bring our right foot back down. Let the hips come back on your blanket and then reach that left knee in. Clasp your hands over your knee as you pull it in, deepening the breath, feeling the shoulder blades connect, squaring the chest to the ceiling. Staying here for a breath or two. And then if it feels so good and if you're ready, extend your right leg. Relax your shoulders. Take a long breath in. Let that breath go. And then slide that right foot back up and bring your left knee and foot back down. Beautiful. And just take a moment to draw your knees to the right. You can bring your hands to your left hip. So we're holding this left hip as our knees come to the right. And then gaze to the right. Notice how it feels. Notice where you might be feeling any pull or tug. And then come back to center and bring your hands to your right hip as you draw your knees to your left. And then maybe gaze to your right and then gaze over to your left. And come back to center. Beautiful. Now take your knees and bring them to your chest. Your back is on your blanket. Adjust your back however you need to feel comfortable. Hold your knees in so it's a nice close hug. Your head's on your pillow, your knees are toward your chest and your low back is on your blanket. And then go ahead and reach your right hand to your left knee and let your knees come to the right. Might feel like a big twist, might feel like a small twist. And then take your left hand to your left hip. Look over your left shoulder. Take that big breath in and then let it go. Then bring those knees back to center. Hug your knees again. And then bring those knees to your left and let your right hand come to your right knee, or left hand to your right knee, right hand to your hip. Look over your right shoulder. We're just creating some awareness and opening into the low back, but it's also protected by the blanket underneath. Good, deepen the breath. And then let it go. And then pull those knees back to center as you reach back to center. And then bring your feet down once more, knees up. Rearrange your blanket underneath your low back. Make your spine nice and long. Just find lots of space. We're going to take our right ankle to our left knee. And then take your right hand and give a little bit of pressure towards your right inner thigh. hold here. Your left hand can be on your hip. Just creating space in the back. Use the breath to release any tension. And then go ahead and just move your right hand. Bring your left leg up. And then bring your hands behind your left hamstring. And as your hands clasp behind your hamstring, just allow the left leg to come forward and give your shoulders a little stretch. Pull the left leg forward. Feel a little stretch through your right hip. And your chest is still reaching to your ceiling as you breathe in and let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Good, once more. Beautiful. Now bring your elbows to a little bend and let your low back use the blanket underneath you to pull that knee a little closer to your body, going a little deeper into the right hip. Once you get there, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. You're on your pillow or your block underneath your head. And then take those couple more long breaths. And allow yourself to hear the exhale as you breathe in your nose and out your mouth. And then let the hands release from your back of your hamstring. Good. Take your left foot down and then take that right leg and lift it up. Take your right ankle and circle the foot around. We're going to stay on this right side. And then go ahead and circle it in the opposite direction. Good. Take your hands either to your right hamstring or to your right calf. With the back on your blanket, adjust it as needed. Go ahead and pull that right leg in. And then exhale, let the right leg come down. Flex your foot. And then bring it back up and reach. Once that the leg gets back to you, reach back. Give it a little pull, a little tug. Flex it, bring it down. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in, lift up, hold and stretch. Release, flex the foot down 1 more time. Good, now just take hold. Now option, scoot your left foot out, maybe straighten it or keep it bent, or you can half straighten your left leg, completely up to you. Hold that right leg in, give it a nice long breath, in and out. Beautiful, bring your left foot back up to that halfway. Bend your right knee. Take your left hand to your right foot and your right hand to your right knee and just cradle this right leg side to side. Just holding it like a baby, cradle it out, releasing the right side of your low back, creating that space in the low back. Beautiful. Now take your right foot back to your left leg. The right ankle will come to your left leg and bring your right foot down with your right knee staying up nice and high, and then look over your right shoulder. You take your left hand to your right knee, and this is a nice long gentle twist for your spine and your hip. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release your neck, release your left hand, bring this left leg back up, and go ahead and extend and bend your right leg back down to center. Beautiful. Let's bring both knees back in, give them another hug this time. Maybe we're going to bring our knees towards our shoulders. And then bring your feet back down, knees up. Take that left foot, left ankle over the right knee, and your left hand, and just reaching to your inner thigh with your fingertips. Extend here. Right hand can come to your hip. Long breath in. And then that sigh. Two more times. Big long breath in. And then that big sigh. One more time. Big long breath in. And then that big sigh. Good. Release your fingertips from your inner thigh. Lift the right leg up. Reach for that right hamstring. And then we're just pushing the leg away, letting the shoulders find a little moment for a stretch here. So take your right leg, pull it away from you, pull the knee away. And we're stretching, creating space in our back. Good. Use your breath. Release any tension. If there's any buildup of tension in your neck, see if you can find a way with your breath to let it go. Beautiful. Good. Bring it in. Bend your elbows with your back on your blanket. Pull it in just a little deeper and allow this left hip to find a beautiful stretch. Use the breath. See if you can unwind more and more as you exhale. Good. One more breath in and out. And then just carefully release this right hamstring. Bring your foot down. And then once your right foot reaches the ground, take your left leg up and circle your left ankle in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. Good. Take your hands either to your hamstring or your calf. And just adjust your back as needed. If you need to move the blanket or you need to bring it closer, whatever feels good in your body. Might feel different on the left side than it did on the right. I know it does for me. So just adjust your body, flex that left foot, and then slowly lower it down. And then bring it back up. Find your hamstring or your calf. Find your stretch, use the breath. And then as you're ready, flex your foot, draw it down. Good. release it. Beautiful. And then on this next one, go ahead and hold, flex your foot, or straighten out your leg, your toes. And then if it feels okay, you can straighten out your right leg or come to that half bend. So just notice whatever feels amazing in the body. And just hold as you breathe. Good. Let's take one more breath here. And then bring that right foot, if it's not up, halfway up, bend your left knee. Find that right hand on your left ankle or foot and left hand on your left knee, and cradle as you rock it from side to side. Good. One more long, deep breath in through your nose. And then out the mouth. Bring that left ankle back to your right knee. We're going to take our leg and bring it over to the right. Let your left foot come down. Right hand can come to your left knee. Left hand can come to your hip, and take your gaze to your left. As you breathe in and out, you can close your eyes. If there's any tension in the neck or the back of your shoulders, breathe in the nose, out the mouth to let it go as best you can. Beautiful. Release your hands. Bring your right leg back up. Take your left foot down. Nice. Go ahead and take your blanket and move it out to the side and carefully lower your back. Whew. Extend both legs. And then take your arms above your head for a long breath in. And then a big exhale. Beautiful. We're going to bend our knees, bring our elbows down, roll ourselves up, and then come all the way around to your hands and your knees. And if you have a blanket, you might want to put your blanket underneath your knees. Open it up so it's not too bulky. Bring it right underneath your knees, and if you have a block, bring it over to the right side of your mat. And we'll bring our hands to our mat, open our fingers nice and wide. And we're going to move through a little spinal release. So drop your belly and lift your head and just allow the back to move in the opposite way that we just were sitting with the blanket under our spine. Good. Now, bring your chin towards your chest and try not to move your upper body. Just roll your pelvic floor and find a little pelvic tilt and release your back. But you're not dropping your chin to chest. We're trying not to arch our back. It's a little different cat-cow. And then release your pelvic floor. Lift your hips up and back, creating an arch in your back. Gaze up. Good. Now come back to chin to chest, and we're going to tilt our pelvic floor. So it's kind of like we're trying not to do our rounded spine in our shoulders, just our back. One more time. Release. Find that arch in your spine, maybe lift your head up, and then drop your feet. Drop your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms as far out as you can as you find a child. Bring your forehead down. See if you can open the arms, open the shoulders here, and bend your elbows. Think of like a goalpost for elbows. And breathe in and out. Let your chest come between your knees. Beautiful. Bring your arms all the way back up. Come back up to that spinal balance. Nice. Bring your knees a little closer together. And I just want you to align your spine here. Draw your left foot back. Reach that left leg back and then just push back into a calf stretch. And then open up your fingers nice and wide and draw your shoulders over your wrist for a little wrist stretch. And then back for a calf stretch on this left leg. Reach it back, breathe. And then over the wrists. Popping wrist is a good, okay. One more time, reach it back. Beautiful. And then come to center. Lift your left leg up, pull your belly and push into your left hand and then draw your right palm forward and then turn your palm so it's reaching towards the crown of your head. Take your elbow and your knee, pull them in, draw them together. Release. Flex your left foot and then point your toe, pull your knee into your elbow. Release. Let's do that one more time. Flex your foot and then point and pull it in. Draw your belly button to your ribs. Beautiful. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left leg back and stretch it out one more time. Stretching through your calf. Beautiful. Bring your left knee in and let's do the right side. Take your right foot back and push into the calf and hold. Palms are nice and open. You're pushing away from your shoulder. And then reach it forward. Give those wrists a little stretch. And then bring it back. And come forward. And then one more time, draw it all the way back. Big stretch. And then come back over your wrist, shoulders over wrist. Take your right leg up. Push into your right hand. Pull your belly in as you bring your left arm forward and then reach your hand towards the crown. Good. Flex your right foot. And then point your toe, draw your elbow to your knee, pull your belly in, push into your right palm, push into your left knee, and let it go. Good. Let's pull it in. Let's do that one more time. Flex that right foot, point your toe, and pull it in. And reach it all out. Good. Take your left hand down. One last time. Stretch your right calf. Beautiful. And then bring both knees back down. Create a little space between your knees to drop your hips and your belly and your ribs between your inner thighs as you reach your arms forward. Once more, finding your child. Once you get to your child, make those goalpost arms by your side. Drop everything into your mat. Come back to your intention and let it all go. Beautiful. Reach your arms back out. Big breath in and then, big sigh out. Come all the way back up to your hands and your knees. So what I want you to do now is we're going to take our right leg and we're going to step it to the front of our mat. And this is where our block will be very handy. You can bring your block for your left hand. Right foot is down. Take your right knee over your right ankle and place your right hand on your knee. Push your left hand in your block. And if you don't have a block, you can use a book. You could even use your pillow, but your hand will most likely sink into the pillow. And I just want you to reach towards the right side and take your right arm out. Push into your right foot, push all the way from the knee to the ankle as you reach up. Bring that big breath in and then let it go. Good, and bring it back down. I'm going to switch myself here. I'm going to come to this side. Stay where you are. And now I want you to bring your right elbow to your right knee and look towards your left side of your mat and take your left foot right behind you so that we're in this modified warrior 2, and take your left arm up now. So we just kind of switched. I switched sides so that you can see me. Beautiful. Come all the way up, bring both arms out and just look over your right hand. Big breath in, big breath out. Take your left hand to your hip, reach your right arm overhead, little reverse. You can look up, pull your belly in, and then bring your right elbow back to your knee, left arm comes back up. So you can look up, turn your left pecs, your chest up towards your left fingers, which are reaching up, up, up. And then come back up one more time, look over your right hand. Take your left hand behind you, take one more reverse. And then come all the way back. We're going to turn back to that front of our mat. Bring your left hand back down. Good. Turn back towards the right side. Take your right arm back up. Good. Breathe here. Let it go. And then come to center. Good. You can take your block away from you and straighten out your right leg. Draw your hips back as far as you can. So we're giving our right leg a nice stretch. And then take both your hands and bring them to the right side of your mat. And push your hip to the left. So right hands are on the right, hips are to the left. We're giving it a little push. Nice stretch through the left outer hip. Good, breathe. Exhale. Awesome. And then just not afraid to use our entire mat. I'm going to have everybody take your block with you. Walk all the way around. Bring both knees down. And now you're going to take your left foot in front of you. And your right hand comes to your block. So now you are facing backwards. And I'm going to end up switching around again. Take your right hand in your block as you lift your left arm up. So you just moved to the other side of your mat. I want you to learn to use your whole mat in your practice. Reach up and breathe. Good. One more big breath in. Beautiful. Now you're going to take your left hand down, turn your right foot behind you, and reach your right arm up. So you can bring your elbow to your knee, reach your right arm up. So now your left leg is feeling the stretch. Bring it all the way up as you breathe. Beautiful. Come back. back to that warrior two modified. So bring your left hand over your left knee. Take your right hand to your hip and take that reverse. Just breathe in and out. Come back. Elbow to knee. Reach up. Lift up. See if you can open that right pec up toward your fingers. Big stretch. Come back to warrior two and reverse. Come all the way back around. Turn your right foot back. You can move your block out of the way and straighten out your left leg. And then take both hands to the left side, to the left side of your mat and just feel that hip stretch on the right side as you breathe. Good. One more big breath in. Big breath out. And then I'm going to bring everybody back around. So for you, you're going to be back in the front of your mat. Let's go ahead and come all the way back around to the front of your mat. Both knees are down. Draw your hips back. Create space for your knees as you bring your forehead down. Good. Take a deep breath in. Bring your arms back to those goalpost arms so they're by your side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Come all the way back up. Beautiful. We're going to move through that cat-cow again. So palms are down. They're nice and flat. Keep your chin towards your chest. We're not going to move our head. I want you to tuck your tail. Pull your tail in. So instead of drawing your chin to chest and lifting up, tuck your tail so you can keep your shoulders flat. And then drop your belly, creating that arch in your back, and lift your head. And then come to a neutral spine. Good. Keep your head right where it is. Just tuck your tail. Your spine should feel pretty good now. Take a deep breath in and release. Beautiful. Take that right leg forward once more. Good. Turn. Take your block underneath your right hand. This time our right hand is going to come to the inside of our right foot as we bring our left leg back. Lift your left arm up. Breathe in and out. Good. One more time. Breathe in and out. Lift yourself all the way up. Reverse. And then come to that modified warrior two. Palm back down. Good. Breathe in. Now see if you can bring your left arm overhead, creating this big arc. Pull your belly in. Come back to center and come back up to warrior two. Now this time I'd like you to straighten out your right leg and bring your block right by your knee. Take your right hand to your block and lift your left arm up. So depending on your practice, you might be able to bring your block a little bit lower. It's kind of a modified triangle pose. But your toe is up as you breathe. Good. One more breath. And then reverse. So bring your left hand to your hip, right arm overhead, big stretch. And come back to warrior two, bend your knee. Good, shift into your right side. Keep your right knee over your ankle. Lift your left arm overhead. And then unwind from warrior two. Turn your left foot back around. Good, come forward, straighten out your right leg. Toes can come up, bring both hands over to the right. Beautiful. We're gonna move all the way around, take your block with you. So bring both your knees back down. Bring your block out in front of you. Bring your left foot forward to your inner thigh. Push your palm into your block and bring your right arm up. Your right foot is behind you. Good. Push into that block, creating all this space in your body. One more breath. Reach it up. We're going to reverse. Right hand to your hip, left hand back. Warrior two, look over your left hand. And then bring it back down one more time. As you reach up, maybe bring your right arm up and over, creating that big stretch through your hip. Come all the way back up. This time I want you to bring your left leg straight. So remember, you can bring your block right up next to your inner thigh or your knee and reach from here. Or if you have a little bit more space in your hip, you can come to that modified triangle, opening up this left hip as you breathe. Left toes can come up. Come all the way up to reverse. And one more time, extend. Find your warrior two, bending that left knee. Shift forward, keep your left knee over the ankle, shift forward. And if you'd like, take a deeper stretch here. Good, we're gonna unwind, unpack this pose by turning our right leg back, straightening out our left leg, and then take both your hands to that left side, allowing that nice stretch through your right hip. Beautiful. Back to center. And find the front of your mat. So for some of you, that means you might need to turn all the way around to find the front of your mat. And once you come to the front of your mat, I want you to go ahead and drop down to your chest. Releasing for one cobra, so long spine. Palms are right underneath your shoulders. Reach it back, look up. Exhale. Good. Push it back for that child's. Just take note of how you feel in your back, in your hips. Goalpost arms, breathe in and out. Let it all go. One more deep breath in. Big giant sigh. lift yourself up as you unwind all the way around. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to take our blanket and create a bigger space for our back. So if you have a blanket, or you can use a block. I'm going to try a blanket today, see how it feels. If you want to put a pillow under your head, you can. Or if you want to put the block under your head, you can. It's totally up to you. We're going to come to our cool down, kind of our active recovery part of our class. So I'm going to have you roll onto your back. Just notice how it feels to be on your back with your knees up for a moment. Good. Breathe in and out. And now take your hips and lift them up and bring that blanket right underneath your low back. And take your right leg up and circle your right ankle again. I know I said pillow or block. If you can, just have your head below your hips, so no pillow or block unless it's really hard for your neck to be flat on your back. Okay, so if it's super hard to be flat on your back, please put a pillow under your head. But if you are fine, I want the hips slightly above your heart, above your head, as we circle this right ankle around one direction and then the other. And then bend your right knee and bring your right knee to your left, your right foot to your left knee, and let your right hip open. We're not going to draw the knees into our chest this time. We're just going to allow this right hip to open up. Nice and gently, and then slowly start to creep our left foot out. You do not have to extend it, but we're going to slowly creep it out. If it's okay to extend it, release and bring this left leg out. It'll really allow the right hip to drop. Good. Hands around your hips. Breathe. Big breath in. Let any stress completely leave your body, and then let it go. If you feel so inclined, bring your arms above your head. I want you to breathe in through that right hip. Remember, you don't have to have your leg all the way straight. You can have your knee slightly bent, okay? Take a deep breath in, find a hold. And then take your arms back to your hips. Slowly walk your left leg up. Release this right leg. And then bring just your right leg all the way down to your mat. The left knee is bent. And take your arms above your head one more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Walk your right foot in. Beautiful. Adjust your hips and take your left leg up. Circle your ankle. One direction. And then the other. Good. Bend that left knee and bring it to your right knee, ankle to knee, and just allow this hip to open. You may have noticed when the leg was straight, your hip kind of dropped. Maybe it popped a little bit. I feel like my hip popped into place. That doesn't always happen, but it does feel good when it does. So when you're ready, if you'd like to, you could walk this right leg out. Please listen to your body. Maybe bring it all the way out, maybe not. Good. Breathe into this hip, breathe into this opening on the left side. And if you'd like, bring your arms above your head. Take a big breath in, hold it. And then exhale. Bring your hands back down to your hips. Walk your right leg back up. Cradle and move this left hip. Good. Nice. Take your left leg back up. And then if you'd like, bring it all the way down for that one last stretch with your left leg long, arms above your head. And exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your hands back to your hips, both knees up. Take your feet a little wider than your hips and then push into your hips to remove your blanket. And then carefully lower your hips down to your mat. It should feel really good to have your spine all the way on the mat. Adjust, give length to your spine. If you'd like a blanket or pillow now under your head, it would be fine. And then take your knees to the right, look to the left. Knees to the left, look to the right. Good, one more time, each direction. Come back to center. Good. Lengthen your spine, give your hips lots of space. Pull your knees in. Circle them just a couple of times with your hands on the outside of your knees. And then opposite direction. Beautiful. Take your big toes to your peace fingers. Find a little happy baby release from side to side. Good. Come back to center. Breath in. Big sigh. And then gently bring your knees back together. We're going to take our Shavasana. So extend one leg, extend the other. Finding a nice long Shavasana. Doesn't have to be long. Yeah, we'll take a couple of minutes here. Just allow your body to go. Slowly, gently bring the awareness back to your body on your mat. Bring your hands to your belly. Bring your feet together and take one long stretch, arms above your head. Big breath in and then sigh. Walk your knees up and roll to one side. And then when you're completely done rolling, go ahead and reach it up, all the way up, sitting up nice and tall. And just allow yourself to come back to the awareness of your body on your mat. Take a moment to come back to your intention, dedication, or a prayer that you set to begin our practice. And then as you breathe in and out, let it go. I want to thank you all for joining me, for coming along. If you enjoyed this practice, please hit like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And I will see you next week at the same time. A wonderful, wonderful night. So much gratitude and love from me to you. Goodbye, everybody.